Week 10 gave us a running back at the front of MVP chatter. A 37-year-old QB rewriting records. Chicago's winning ugly on purpose, I think. Buffalo is absolutely shitting the bed, and the Giants have fired Brian Daboll. Let's cook.
You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
What is happening, fellas? What is going on? Talk to me. Week 10, how'd it go?
Went good for some, went shitty for others.
Cowboys are on a bye week, so
Can't lose, baby. Can't lose.
My mental health is at a pristine condition, even though the Eagles won. It's a weird game. For those of you new joining us, my name is G. I'm joined by
Brandon. What's up?
And
Matthew. What's up, everybody?
for those of you that don't know, Brandon and I cheer for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, greatest franchise in the world. Matthew decided to go the blue collar route and cheer for the Steelers, and his mental health is in this exact same spot ours is.
Yep, I'm right there with you, Cowboys fans.
So
Right
is he
now.
didn't pick much far from us here.
Still trying to relive the glory days, I guess. Our franchises.
Oh, you're talking to the right people.
Yeah.
Wow, week 10. You know what? It's crazy. I looked at how many weeks are left of football, and I'm like, oh my God, we are more than halfway through the NFL season. And before you know it, it's going to be February, and it's going to be the week leading up to the Super Bowl, and it's just going to be that depressing fourth quarter drive when there's like 4 minutes left, and you look at the clock, and you're absolutely wasted, and you think, my God, it's all coming to an end. And last year, we got to experience that in the second quarter when the Eagles decided to just destroy the Chiefs before Kendrick Lamar jumped around on stage. But having said that, fellas, week 10, how are we feeling?
Well, not good for Cowboys fans, but
I mean, it could be worse. We own the Green Bay Packers. First round pick. The Green Bay Packers went down 3 spots in the standings. They are now the 7th and final playoff seed in the NFC.
Also, I got to say, a nice little poison pill that Jerry put into that trade.
It's beautiful.
you knew it was going to happen. You knew that was there.
I mean, that's a smart move.
Jerry is not fucking around, guys.
When it comes to the business end, no one does it like Jerry. When it comes to the business end, there is no GM owner.
Well,
like
that's just
Jerry.
smart, like football tactics, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you know the Eagles are going to go after him. You know, like, if
Jerry
that happens,
Jerry knows his glory holes. He loves his glory holes, and he's not about to give the Eagles a glory hole. That's not happening. Yeah. But also, I don't know. I may be wrong here, but I sure heard a lot about Micah Parsons when he was here in Dallas. I used to hear about him in every broadcast and every morning show, and Stephen A. Smith and the Ryan Clarks, and every article was about his dominance on the football field. I don't know. Did he stop dominating or did he leave Dallas? Maybe both. Who knows? It's a little bit, he's not getting the attention that he once was getting.
I mean, you still know he's there, but he's not getting to the quarterback, but he's still disrupting.
He's still disruptive, but I don't know if he is disrupting at the price tag that he is being paid.
No.
Which is making me very happy because we avoided paying him that obscene amount of money, and we got Quentin Williams. Very happy about Quentin Williams. Some bad news though. Before we get into all the nitty gritty, the Cowboys and the NFL dealt with a tragedy last week. Marshawn Nealand, defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, just starting out his career, 24 years old, passed away. He committed suicide last week. There's not a lot of details about what led to that. Unfortunately, we don't know, and we can't really, I don't think we feel comfortable commenting on the TMZ headlines. We're really sorry for his family, especially his girlfriend, who there are talks that she was pregnant at the time and is still expecting their baby. She's 7 months pregnant, I think. That's what they wrote. It's a incredibly sad tragedy. If anybody listening to this needs help, or needs to speak to someone, please find the right avenues to do so. Once again, praying for Marshawn Nealand's family and friends during this tough time. Bigger than football. He was a hell of a football player, and he celebrated a great play a few days before that, but life's bigger than football. And yeah, it was a shitty thing to read, and I'm sure it's an absolute tragedy for his family.
Guys, check in on your homies. There's nothing wrong with checking in on your homies.
Yeah, it's a really sad story, and it's nice that the Cowboys are going to be honoring him actually with design decals the rest of the year, and then the teammates are going to come up with a final design. So it'll be nice to see that, and they're going to probably showcase that on Monday night against the Raiders, and probably for the rest of the season. So.
Yeah, and you know what? As more details come out, my only thing would be to please be respectful of the stuff that comes out, especially with AI and with everything else. There's going to be a lot of sources and a lot of people reporting different things. Please fact check before you believe stuff, before you share stuff. An incredibly sad story, and it's never easy to segue out of this stuff. But we're gonna get out of this mode that we're in, and we're gonna go into the opening drive here.
The opening drive.
All right, fellas. Week 10 NFL football in Germany. Jonathan Taylor going absolutely nuclear. 244 rushing yards, three touchdowns, including one in overtime for the walk-off touchdown against Atlanta. Fifth 3-touchdown game in 10 outings. First ever to do that. Colts currently 8-2 and on top of the AFC.
Just brutal. I was telling you earlier, like the Falcons had this game. They just needed Penix to get a couple first downs, and they would have put the game to bed.
Our
And
homie
he
Seth
just
is
couldn't do it.
probably just loving life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
He
that's
is. This is beautiful stuff right here. What's happening?
these are the games too where it's like you look at your matchup, like as soon as you see a guy go off, you're immediately looking up at your matchup and you're like, please, dear God, don't have Jonathan Taylor in your lineup.
Oh,
Like,
for
you-
fantasy
for
football,
fantasy,
yeah,
you're going
yeah,
up
yeah.
against.
50.
No,
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me. Oh, it's 51. Okay, dear God. Everyone on the Falcons, coaching staff, GM, everybody, it's time to clean house. It's over. You have too much talent on that team. There's too many studs. You went out and signed Kirk Cousins to this massive deal, and then you drafted Michael Penix in the first round. You got Bijan Robinson doing some sort of routes, and then you're throwing him off to Tyler Algier, which is fair. He's getting the touches, but then what are we doing here with this play calling? I don't know what's happening. Your defense is pretty lackluster. It's nothing to write home about. Your season comes down to probably next week against the Panthers, who are 5-5, better record than them. It's gonna be a clean of the house. I think it should be, at least.
Yeah, like they have way too much talent. I think they've got to be one of the bigger disappointments this season.
Yeah,
they have way too much talent.
No,
sad,
definitely. I think the Falcons have disappointed at a Hall of Fame level. Sometimes I like, because I have Bijan in our fantasy football league, so sometimes I like to go check in on how Falcons Twitter and Falcons Reddit are doing, and oh my God, they are reeling. They're called the literal calls for an FBI investigation into the play calling and coaching of the lovely Falcons. So yeah, I don't know. There's not much to good write about Atlanta right now.
I mean, Kyle Pitts has one touchdown.
Kyle Pitts is okay,
Like,
but Kyle Pitts is not. The thing
He
is,
has way too much talent to be not performing.
you know, Kyle Pitts is gonna retire, and we're gonna say he was one of the. I'm gonna put my
Big
kid on my
debate
lap,
bust.
and I'm gonna be like, son. Not even my kid, my grandkid. I'm gonna put my grandkid on my lap. I'm like, son, let me tell you about a guy named Kyle
There's
Pitts.
no fucking way that his story makes to your grandkids.
No,
There's
it
no
will.
relevance.
It will.
It's not relevant.
Because the reason is we talk about Kyle Pitts every single year. Us
Yeah.
and every other content creator, every other fantasy analyst, every other football mind. Kyle Pitts is way too talented for the lackluster performances. He is not getting enough targets. Kyle Pitts needs to be involved more. Maybe Kyle Pitts is the problem. Have we checked who he's DMing? Has he DMing any of the girlfriends of the players, of the play callers? What is going? Maybe he is the issue. Maybe he's the toxic one in this whole thing.
I mean, I wouldn't give up on Penix yet, though. Like, I would think a lot of people, too, are like, oh, my God, like, play Cousins. Like, oh, this
No,
looks
man.
bad.
The amount of
the
penis jokes
play-
that man has heard, he deserves
Yeah.
a fair shot.
But
He
the
deserves.
play calling sucks.
Well, yes.
And that's
Yeah,
the thing.
They're terrible. Listen, if Bryce Young can get as many coaches as he's got and coordinators as he's got, Michael Penix can get another one. That's fine. Let Michael Penix get like.
Yeah, and they probably will.
As long as it's not Mike McCarthy. Like as long as it's not Big Mike going down to Atlanta eating all the chicken wings in the joint and just going up and being like, all right, we're running it every first down. That's fine. Let's keep it going. But yeah, no, prayers out to the Falcons fans out there. We're thinking about you in our prayers. Matthew Stafford, dare I say, the one famous Brandon Sam from the Red Zone Blitz.
Let's fucking go.
Playing
lights out.
Did say the Rams are going to make it to the NFC Championship game.
I did.
Rams 42-26 over San Francisco. Stafford 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for, you guessed it, the third straight game. That's the first time in the NFL that's happened. He is 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. He hit 400 career touchdowns. Rams are 7-2. Devontae Adams is looking phenomenal. I bet Aaron Rodgers was probably watching that Rams game going, why can't I have nice things? Why I miss myself, Devontae Adams. Why couldn't we get him?
If he was watching that game and not preparing for Sunday night, then that makes sense why he played like
that
dog
makes a
shit.
lot of sense.
I'm telling you, he probably was. He was in LA. They were probably, went home to his family. Well, the thing was, it was the classic bait game for Aaron Rodgers, though. He was back in his hometown. You know, the air was wafting. His enemies were near. His family was probably preying on his downfall. And lo and behold, there he was. We'll get to the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers sashaying himself into his own end zone. But any other things to add about the Rams' dominance, fellas?
I mean, and it's not like it's obviously Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, but I mean, last game, he's hitting everyone. Like
he is,
you get open, he's gonna get you a ball. It doesn't matter who you are, big name, no name off the bench. He's gonna find you. He's gonna hit you for
listen. I love Dakota Prescott, but Matthew Stafford might be the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I think honestly he is at this point. And then like the defense playing great with Verse. If Puka stays healthy, this team probably will go to the championship game. Maybe even to the Super Bowl. Like,
Sean
McVay is a great
Sean McVay.
We just talked about this.
Like, Sean McVay is insane.
Yeah, he's insane. He's a great play caller. He just knows how to And
what's going to happen, right? I can tell you what's going to happen. The Carolina Panthers or one of these other teams that have a quarterback they drafted super high that is not performing well is going to take. They're going to cut him loose. They're like, no, it's over. Or you know what? Here we go. I love creating some drama. The Arizona Cardinals release Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is signed by the LA Rams in division. Sean McVay revitalizes Kyler Murray, installs Call of Duty in the little blue, just right beside the blue tent, and it says, you get to take every touchdown you throw, young Kyler. You get to play a game of COD in between the game. Everything works out. And Kyler Murray leads the Rams to greatness. The Cardinals are just doomed. I can see that actually happening. Because I was thinking, I'm like, which quarterback would be let loose first? And my eyes were on Bryce Young. Because I was like, Bryce Young, LA, it'll be a nice game. But Kyler Murray, even better. In division. I love it. Chaos.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the Niners, though? Like, a lot of people are saying, like, maybe go to Mac Jones, the way he's been playing.
The Niners need... Okay.
So
can I be honest about what the Niners need?
Because Brock Purdy, everyone was like, whoa, this guy's
The San Francisco 49ers are in the Bay Area. There's a lot of Indians in the Bay Area. And I'm sure you could go to probably any hospital in the Bay Area. You find yourself an Indian doctor, a Patel. Let's just say a Patel. Brandon's scared for what's about to come out of my mouth here. He is terrified. What the San Francisco 49ers need to do is they need to go to their medical team. They need to write them you know how when Elon bought Twitter and he just fired everybody?
Yeah.
They need to go and they need to fire their entire medical staff. And then they need to go and find themselves some nice couple of Indian doctors, and they need to fly down that team that worked on Christian McCaffrey, because that is the only guy that is healthy right now. The entire team is broken.
Which is fucking wild because it's Christian McCaffrey and he's the one that's healthy.
Yes, it's like they did some sort of sacrificing ritual where they sacrificed themselves and they just were like, you know what? Let me give my Achilles away so Christian McCaffrey can run. And lo and behold, you have a plumber playing left tackle and you got like Fred Warner up. They got to stop panning to Fred Warner with his leg in the air.
Yeah.
I'm sure that cast stinks too. And like he's just wafting it in like the top row with all like the people sitting below him are probably like, what is that funky smell? And then they're getting high off his like body odors and fighting each other. The amount of fighting videos I see between 49ers fans, it's insane.
Yeah. But would you, okay, so going back to my question.
Sorry, that was
it's
very much a segue.
Okay. Purdy or Jones, like who are you playing at this point?
It doesn't
if
matter.
they're both healthy.
I don't think it really matters. I don't think Purdy was.
healthy.
I don't think Purdy was doing anything crazy that was like, oh my god, it's the excellence of the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he just he was a nerd. He studied the system of like, whatever the system was that Kyle Shanahan was running, and he went out and did it, and that's what Mac Jones is doing, and it's working. It's not like a Purdy was. Oh my god, Purdy was doing that. It's kind of like almost like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones works under Shane Steichen because he's just an absolute football nerd. He's not recording rap music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you for putting a copyright on us, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
He's not he's not interested in doing anything else. Like even his teammates are like, these guys, all they care about is football.
Yeah.
They wake up, they breathe football, they go to sleep, and then they do it all over again. And like for guys like that, that's why teams draft them. Is like they're like, this guy, all he cares about is playing football. If we put him in the right system, he's gonna excel.
Didn't San Fran initially want to draft Mac Jones? Like, weren't
Yeah.
they high on
Yeah,
him?
yeah, yeah.
So now they've got him.
Yeah.
For basically free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And teams love doing that. I don't know what it is about the NFL and churning out like teams drafting high-end teams drafting quarterbacks in the first round. You should not buy their jersey because they're probably going to get released
Or their
traded.
cards. Like those Mac Jones cards when they first came out
the
were like
Patriots?
100 G's.
Yeah.
They were going for those like
Now they're worthless, probably.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting question between Purdy and Jones. I think purely football, I don't think Purdy puts that much over an edge. Yeah, he looks a little bit more athletic playing football.
Yeah.
Mac Jones looks a little bit like he's losing his mind when he's running, but that's about it. Other than that, I don't think that there's much of a difference.
My opinion on it is if Mac Jones continues to play the next couple weeks and with Purdy hurt, and if Purdy gets healthy and he's ready to play, I would still stick with Mac Jones.
Well,
because I think once you switch over, then it just fucks up with the chemistry
I think
on
this
the team.
season
It fucks up with the receivers, the whole offense. Even though it's a scheme, I think it just messes with like the whole dynamic of the teams.
they might be like almost. It might be worth keeping
But
Mac
again,
Jones.
I don't think they make the playoffs, in my opinion.
Because what's
I
the
don't
point
think
of
they're gonna
bringing
make
back what's the point of bringing back Mr. Purdy if they're not going to have anything. But the thing is, the lovely thing about the NFL is they have they have signed him to something crazy. They have signed him to his salary next year. Good sir, is going to be somewhat his $25 million. He's got $46 million guaranteed salary. So yeah, you can't, they're stuck with Purdy.
They're stuck with Purdy, but I think if they do get the opportunity where they're going to get maybe a wild card spot near the last couple weeks of the year, and Purdy's like, oh, I'm healthy, I can come back now. But you just won, like, say, 2-3 games in a row with Mac Jones.
They might be able to trade Purdy, though. If 49ers fans are
Jones.
listening to this and being like, oh, my God, my days, I don't want Purdy anymore. They might be able to trade Purdy. A team's going to have to take on, obviously, that contract that he has. But, like,
I think the
contract
fans
is
would like him.
the contract is tradable after June 1st. So there's that. Moving on, let's get into the Patriots. Good old Patriots, 28-23 at Tampa Bay. 7 straight wins, 8-2. My days. Drake May, steady, 270 yards. Travion Henderson, 147 yards, and I believe 2 touchdowns. Mike Vrabel surging into Coach of the Year conversation. It's my days. The Patriots are back.
I fucking hate it.
They're back.
I can't stand
They
it.
took a couple years. It's just like the Bruins.
Yeah.
They took a
Yeah,
couple
I know.
years off, and then all of a sudden, Boston, we're back. It's over. Like, and Gronk signing 1-day contracts to retire.
Yeah.
It's going to be just a blissful time.
It's insane.
It's a-
and, like, Diggs having a resurgence now. Who would have thought that?
Belichick
With everything that
losing his
happened.
mind in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's actually really the Raiders sucking, so like you can really stick it to Brady, you know, like it's all good for the Patriots fans right now.
Like I said with the Bucks, I think they were just too hurt. I mean, you just had too many weapons out when you.
Well, Bucky's out next week too.
Yeah, you have no
Jeez.
Bucky,
You
you have no
have-
God.
They really need him back. I'm not just saying that because I got him in fantasy.
Matthew's like, we really need Bucky.
We really
here."
need Bucky back, but they actually are a better team with him.
Well,
in the
I think
lineup.
if you give me a
just
healthy
spreads out the
Buccaneers, I
offense.
think the Buccaneers would.
Oh,
be,
yeah, I think if the Buccaneers were healthy, if they had the guys, I think they would have won. But like I said, I think they were just too banged up.
Mike Vrabel's got this team humming.
Well, they believe in them.
Yeah, and speaking of that division, good old Bills. Hello, how are you? Bills lose to the Dolphins, 30-13. Let 186 yards on the ground against them, and they have no wide receiver depth, as you could see. I wonder why, because maybe I would be pissed. Also, Dalton Kincaid also exited the game with a hamstring injury, but
Yeah,
I
it
would
doesn't
be.
help.
Can you imagine having this much talent on your roster and you're like sitting there like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. We don't need to add anybody. Listen, not to make this about Jerry Jones, but if Jerry Jones and we had the Bills roster right now, Jerry Jones would have got out there and gotten something done. He would have made a trade for like a wide receiver or something. Because I remember the Cowboys were kind of in this similar boat when they traded a first for Amari Cooper. And I was like, this is fantastic. Look at us capitalizing on our tenure. And that lasted for a very little time. But Bills fans, you have every reason to be upset. Every Sunday you jump through tables for this team, and they just got shit on by the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniels might keep his job somehow because he just did a drive-by at the Buffalo Bills bar in Miami and just decided to smirk at them. And if that isn't the
3-7,
I love it.
Chill.
I love it. Just
fuck.
I love it because the dude is the thing is, for some reason, like Miami, when things are clicking, and I don't know if this is the case for all teams, when things are clicking, they look beautiful. It is a beautiful time. Like their offense looks like they're making nice plays. They got these innovative runs. They're stacking different kind of formations. I like it. But everything comes from the defense.
Yeah,
it was their defense that made the plays.
Yeah.
It was their defense. My God, I was like, every time their defense would make a play, I'm like, why couldn't the Cowboys
Fumbles.
trade for Mr. Chubb? Why couldn't we get Fitzpatrick? Matthew, you and I were catching a bit and piece of that Sunday night game or Sunday morning game, and like even when watching it, you're just like, wow, like they are absolutely shutting down Josh Allen.
Yeah, it was nuts. Closing in on him, creating fumbles, like
It's not
stopping third downs, and
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, Bills fans, but listen to me. If your quarterback keeps running around the way he's running around these days, he's gonna get hurt.
Slippery slope.
He's gonna get hurt, and he's doing a lot of running. And I loved it when my quarterback ran. When Dak ran, I would be like, "Run, Dak, run!" until he snapped his leg in half. Now I don't want him to run as much.
No.
Josh Allen is doing a lot. Like Josh Allen, there was plays where I'm like, announcers are sucking this guy off like he's like the hottest girl in town. What a play from Josh Allen. Why does Josh Allen have to scramble forward, scramble back 15 yards to scramble 10 yards forward for his receivers to get the fuck open?
Yeah.
What kind of play calling are we doing that is requiring that to be happening?
It's fun to watch, but yeah.
Oh
if
yeah,
you-
dude. It's
exciting to watch him run around for 25 fucking yards and then toss the ball just for like 5 yards.
Yeah, just a 5-yard gain for first down,
first
but
down.
you've just
It's-
like exerted like 80% of your
Yeah.
energy running around in a circle with a 300-pound guy chasing you.
It's
I
fun,
wonder-
but then you're like, hold on a sec. Why the fuck did he have to run 25 yards? Maybe the pass protection was shit. Maybe the receivers aren't getting open.
and
Like,
that's the point. Yeah, and that's what I mean when I'm like, this is nice. It's great. He's so athletic. Great guy. But how sustainable is that? But I don't know. I think that was the parlay buster of the week. I think everybody bet on Miami. If there's a guy that bet on Miami, we need to investigate. The FBI needs to go knock some doors.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Brandon, on the lovely Bills versus Dolphins game?
I'm glad I didn't put money on it. That's all I can say about it.
The Seahawks and Rams, I won't waste everyone's time going through the Seahawks game. It was 38-0 at the half, but they were dominant. The defense scored twice, 5 sacks. Both teams, LA and Seattle, are 7-2. They meet next week in LA.
I mean, I said it was going to be a letdown game for the Cardinals, and
Oh,
I mean that's an understatement on that game. That first half,
that was
DeMarcus
nasty.
Lawrence with 2 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
free Trey McBride. Free Trey McBride. Get Trey
I agree.
McBride on a team, on a contender.
I think him and Bowers are like the top 2 tight ends in the league.
It just free Trey, because Trey McBride was out there catching everything, running around, doing his whole thing. Marvin Harrison was silent. It was goners. It was silent times. But hey, Seattle looking good. That's going to be a must-watch game next week. Chargers statement night on Sunday Night Football. That was good. That was a good time for the Chargers. Are we going to talk about the Pittsburgh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I guess.
Well, that's kind of why we're here to talk about it.
Let's unpack this. Unpack your feelings. Lots happened there on Sunday night. Okay, well, how about this? How about I go through the other games and then we can finish this at the end? How about that? You can.
I don't care. We can talk about it now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
okay.
What's your? I watched the game. I know.
It's only a matter of time before things catch up to you. And I think the Steelers, it's only a matter of, you can win. You can have those games against listen, they beat the Colts, man. Fucking, hey, good job. Great work. However, they still lack offensive play calling. Yeah. They don't have any innovative plays. It's like watching the same 5 things on repeat. You have an aging quarterback that expects absolutely way more out of his receivers than his receivers can give him. Every time Rodgers, like, his receivers can't catch his ball. He's ripping them too fast. And anytime they mess up or fuck up on a play, he's just looking at him like, really? Fucking really? And like, yeah, that works on some receivers that are like, that have the talent, but like you don't have, it's not like he's throwing the ball to Marvin Harrison and Marvin Harrison is so talented. He's just not making the plays. He's throwing like Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin cannot make those plays. There's a reason why he's Calvin Austin.
Yeah.
Now, what the Steelers probably should have done was knocked on the door to the Cardinals and been like, so I hear you're rebuilding out here in these parts of the world. What is Mr. Marvin Harrison's price? Mm-hmm. What is Mr. Jalen Waddle's price? Somebody that can catch the football, because like that's the problem I think you guys have is like nobody can catch the football. Arthur Smith is terrorizing this whole city. He's got him held hostage. And finally, it's the same fucking thing. It's Mike Tomlin getting up there and being like pissy with the media because he was outcoached in a primetime game. And I think he knows it. I think the city knows it. I think when we're there in April, maybe they'll get somebody new in there. Say hello to your new coach, Mike McCarthy.
Fuck no.
Hometown boy coming back home.
No, like, I mean, you said it right. Like, the play calling on offense is just boring as fuck, right? There's no creativity. I don't know why they got like Valdez-Scantling, MVS or whatever.
That's going to move the needle. That was going to move the needle. Unsigned
why are we getting
player.
These like has-beens that Rodgers threw the ball to? Like these guys are not any good. But then Rodgers is like, so he yells at his receivers for not catching the ball. But then what he does on like a 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, he doesn't find anybody. He's just like, all right, fuck that. Throws the ball in the dirt. But when he has the ball on like his 2-yard line, he runs back and then takes a stupid safety and just fumbles the ball around and then takes a sack. Like,
called Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That looks like he has Alzheimer's out there.
Looks like it.
He's not running.
This is not to make fun of people with Alzheimer's.
Run.
He's aging and he has memory loss. He doesn't know what down it is. He doesn't know where he is on the field.
Like, that's the thing that's so frustrating. It's like move around a little bit, like I don't know.
There's something old, man. You can't move for shit.
I know.
There's so much.
I told him. I told G before we got on. I said like if they go on like a losing streak, I would just be like play like a backup. Just see what you have out of like Will Howard or Mason Rudolph or whatnot, because you're not gonna get another year out of Rodgers.
But like I looked at Kenny Pickett. But he played this weekend at one point.
Yeah,
he played the Thursday game, didn't he?
Because Geno got hurt.
Because Geno Smith got hurt. Yeah. So I watched him and I'm like, wow, the Steelers had this guy starting for God knows how many years. Then they had Mason Rudolph. And then they decided to have Mitch Trubisky. Like that guy was going to it's just like
Like
the Steelers.
What's sad about that is, so right now with Rodgers, that's like the best quarterback play that we've had in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Which is sad because he's honestly shitting the bed right now.
But if I were you guys, I would probably ask Mr. Rogers if he's coming back next year, and if he says yes, I'd probably sign him.
No.
How much better is it going to get?
If he can't run this year, he's probably not going to be able to walk next year.
Ain't no quarterback out there who's a starter going to mentor the backup. So if your thought process is, well, we'll just sign Joe Flacco and we'll get him to mentor our first round quarterback. Well, the Steelers aren't going to be shitty enough to get.
No, and that's the problem with you go back to the Steelers. Tomlin's never had a losing record.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
So
shitty
you're never
enough this
getting
year
that top pick. You're never getting.
Yeah, but
let's give them. Let's just say they did something crazy. Let's just say they got Garrett Nussmeier. Woo! Garrett Nussmeier, LSU. He was under Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly was mean to him, but he was really good the year before. Let's just say, for the hypothetical of this scenario, they drafted Garrett Nussmeier. Would you be happy as a Steelers fan with Garrett Nussmeier and an LSU fan? It was kind of a double little jeopardy for you.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay, you're battered and bruised. Okay,
I still don't really think.
Let's say they traded up and got Fernando Mendoza. Would that make you happy? We're running out of quarterbacks to make you happy, sir.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, though, I think they could get rid of Arthur Smith and actually adopt like a system on offense. And like right now,
but which out of the quarterbacks
out of this draft,
yeah,
right now, honestly, I would say Mendoza.
Okay, so let's just say they got.
I wouldn't mind Nussmeier. I just don't know if he's a good fit for the Steelers.
I don't think anybody's a good fit for the Steelers.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you just got to get rid of this offense.
Okay, so let's say they got rid of. Let's say Arthur Smith's fired. Okay, we're going to build your Steelers right now really quickly.
Well, this is the thing, though, with the Steelers. If Mike Tomlin is still the coach, they will not draft a QB in the first round because he doesn't like playing rookies. So he's probably going to go out and get like a backup QB.
Well, no, you'll get Nussmeier in the second. Nussmeier ain't going in the first. You'll get
but the chances are he's not going to play him.
But no, you're not going to get a player. He let's just say.
Well, but you mentioned Kyler Murray.
Well,
before.
let's clean house. Let's just say Mike Tomlin is gone. We fired Mike Tomlin. He's out of here. All of his coordinators are fucking pack your shit. You're out of here. Who's your head coach? Who would you want?
I don't know.
Who's on your wish list? Like, who'd you want? Well, obviously, like Nick Saban. Haha. But
no, Nick Saban's not going to come to the NFL.
You know who you actually
I don't know
kind of need? If I could build you I think you keep the defensive coordinator if he stays.
Yeah, Terrell Austin's fine.
Yeah, and I think you go out and you get Brian Daboll. And I think the offensive coordinator, if Mr. Mike McDaniels gets fired in Miami, you get Mike McDaniel and you run that. That is what you run at offense and head coach. And you try to change things from the current rigmarole of inside zone runs every first down. And then you get maybe a Kyler Murray. Maybe you get like, I don't know, maybe what's the guy in New York? What's his face? What's his name? Justin Fields. He's probably out of it.
Had Justin Fields.
Maybe he comes back.
Bringing him back.
What's wrong with bringing him back? Bring the guy back. But like, let's say the thing is like your offensive line. You need help on the offensive line. It's not the world's most perfect offensive line.
Yeah.
But is it the worst offensive line that a rookie could walk into? No. Like you still have some pieces there that can help you. But my God, you got a clean house here. That's the one way I can see it. If you have Mike Tomlin, nothing's gonna change. You're just gonna be 9-8 again next year, maybe worse.
Well, that's the problem that that's basically what he's playing for, is to keep that record intact of never having a losing season.
And I guess
that's obviously it's not
what he's
not what you're playing for.
No,
but it just seems that's just all that happens. It's just you're going through the motions and you're going to finish exactly the same year in, year out.
Yeah.
Your draft picks are never. You're right in the middle. You're not going to get
never
that
gonna pick a top 5. You're never going to have like a top 5.
It's like
pick.
the teams that every year in, year out, play and just make the moves to get to the playoffs. Okay, every year you're playing to make the playoffs. Then you get smoked in the wild card round or the first round.
Yeah.
And every year you're playing just to get there. But once you get there, you're nowhere near good enough once the playoff season starts. You're nowhere near good enough to, okay, even if you make the one upset, you're not going the distance.
Let's see who or CBS gave you in the mock draft really quickly. Where do you guys
The other problem with Pittsburgh is there's certain teams, you have an identity, and you can't just bring in any coach. Like you could bring in a great coach,
Yeah,
but is he a
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh
agree.
Steeler?
Like,
Does
as
he
much-
fit that identity?
as much as I love Brian
point.
Daboll, I don't think he fits the mold.
That's a
of
great point. Like I
But
I
you know
agree
who
with
does?
him. I don't think they will get rid of Mike T, because I think the move is get rid of the offensive coordinator, in my opinion, because I know they're not going to go drastic and just clean house with everybody.
But you know who does fit the mold of a
Don't say
good
Mike McCarthy.
Mike
just
McCarthy.
just because he was born around the Pittsburgh area doesn't mean
he's everything the Steelers could want. He's big enough where the cold won't affect him.
No.
Mike McCarthy can't coach in Miami. He'd get too hot out there. He would be like burning up. He's not cool. He's built for that cold industrial weather of Pittsburgh. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice.
No, he's don't will that into existence. We don't need that.
Hey, man.
We don't need him bringing back Rodgers again for another year.
Oh, could you imagine?
Or bringing back, Randall Cobb is coming out of retirement.
Oh my days!
Jordy Nelson.
Could you imagine? You would get just the band back together. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe Jason Garrett's available. He's
He's got a cushy job
Jason
with
Garrett.
NBC.
Jason Garrett's
None
a
of those guys. Once you get that cushy job, you ain't coming. That's why it's like
cushy job at NBC.
that's like everyone's like, oh, Saban back to LSU. You could. There's no amount of money
He won't.
you can offer Saban to come back now that he knows what he's doing.
Bill Belichick.
Not a chance.
Big Bill.
Big Belichick in Pittsburgh.
That would be perfect. That would be nice.
We don't need a Jordan Hudson sideline distraction.
You know what? AI. This is the clip that's going up on the internet. It's going to be a clip of Bill Belichick in a nice varsity Pittsburgh Steelers Letterman jacket and Jordan Hudson wearing a nice Steelers sweater, and both of them walking onto the field. And Mason Rudolph is throwing. Oh, Bill Belichick coaching Aaron Rodgers. Oh, he could have coached both Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like the has-beens.
Yeah, but Bill Belichick himself as captain has been. It could be perfect.
But like, it's too
Hey,
late.
Brady is not a
late.
has-been. Brady
No,
is the GOAT.
I mean Belichick and Rodgers together on the Pittsburgh Steelers would be fucking.
It would be quite lovely, actually, for like
Sure, media would love it. Sure,
the
but
media train would be fantastic.
yeah, so it would be better fit in Dallas because
I haven't
they're the
seen.
media.
Does Aaron Rodgers still do his weekly thing on Pat McAfee?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen his
I don't
little.
know.
I haven't seen his little face
He
on
did-
Pat McAfee every
He
Tuesday.
did. Was it last year?
He did it last year
because he was
on
hurt.
the Jets, and he would be laying there
was
just
hurt.
shitting on the Jets. But
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him this year. Well, let's keep an eye on the good old Steelers. Speaking of a team that Aaron Rodgers loves, the Chicago Bears, 6th win in 7 weeks. Chicago 24-20 over New York. Winning one-score games is now a part of the Chicago identity. Don't we love it? I still think if Caleb Williams was on the Packers and they were doing the drive today against the good old Eagles, I think Caleb Williams gets it done. He's that guy.
With what he's been doing lately.
Dude, he loves chaos. He loves a close game that everyone's bowed him out at, so he can just go down there and cook.
Ben Johnson's doing a great job there.
Yeah. I think
Great
it
job.
would be great if, like, the Bears have been so bad for so many years. Like, it would be great if they made the playoffs.
Oh, they're going. They're going
if
to the
they
playoffs.
made the playoffs, that's great.
Barring like a major injury or some crazy like Caleb Williams has gone blind in his left eye and he can't throw the football anymore. Oh, they're going. And I think they've got kind of that same. It's not Gibbs Montgomery yet, but Mungungai, whatever his name is, Mungungai, the backup at running back, and DeAndre Swift together. I think they are well on their way to building up that same philosophy Detroit had. Romeo Odunze caught the ball. Papa Odunze was silent on Twitter.
Thanks, Dad.
The dad fed Odunze the ball. But yeah, the Bears are looking good. The Giants, Jackson Dart, obviously just got destroyed. It was not good for Mr. Jackson Dart. Not good involved.
So you think Daboll is going to find a job this year in the NFL? Is he going to go to another team?
Not this year, but like next year, I think Daboll will be back coaching. I think he'll probably end up, my guess is he's going back to Buffalo, man. I don't think Buffalo is going to, I'm not going to say they're going to miss the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're going to miss the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to be at the position where everybody wants them. And I think their coach is probably going to lose his job. Daboll will probably slide in there as a coordinator and then work himself back up to find a job. Daboll, I don't blame Daboll. Daboll is not the one that traded Saquon.
I think
Daboll also lost Malik Neighbors, and Daboll also was not the one that went out to sign Russ. That's the GM that goes out and signs players and trades for players. Daboll can give his opinion, and the GM was the same. Yeah, instead of Neighbors, they wanted to draft a Dunzier.
Yeah, but that's 3 years at.
No, it was time for him to go.
Yeah,
I'm sad as a Cowboys fan. This is sad news. I liked Brian Daboll in the NFC East.
Absolutely.
He was beautiful. He was doing the right job. It was a guaranteed W. But yeah, no, I think he'll land on his feet. Shout out to Brian Daboll. I guess he's an honorary Canadian, even though he doesn't claim that he's from Canadian for some reason. But yes, a Canadian head coach in the NFL. The Texans scoregami comeback, 26 unanswered in the fourth. Houston, 36-29. Davis Mills, walk-off touchdown. The defense allowing the fewest points per game, 16.7. My.
It's D'Amico Ryans, man.
They are having themselves a good time there in Texas. If only they had like a formidable offense, that they might be in a better position than they are currently. But they're in a tough division. I mean, they're in that Jacksonville division with Indianapolis, so they got to basically win. They had no excuses. They got a tough schedule coming up with their divisional games. They need to keep going, keep trucking along.
Yeah,
It's still a fucking poverty division. I don't care.
It is the worst division of football,
of course.
in my opinion. They saved their season though. That was a big win.
I mean,
Like,
it's hard to talk shit being an NFC East like this year, but
you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
that was a scoregami too, wasn't it?
Yeah, 36-29.
Like that's actually surprising that a 36-29 is a scoregami.
Moving on. Lions, Washington. Lions switch play callers. Dan Campbell takes over the offensive play calling duties. He's more than just a pretty face. Detroit 44-22 over the Washington Football Commanders team. They scored on every single drive until the kneel. President Trump was in attendance.
The Lions the Lions looked like the Lions.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know Washington's injured, but
They were dominant going down the field. Like nothing was stopping them. Like there was no kind of safety checks, nothing. It was just pure domination from
They just
all
had their
facets
way.
of the football field. Like running the football, throwing the football, catching the football.
The Lions and the Bills are like the same. Yeah, I look at them and they're the same.
Well,
they
the
just got to
pressure-
get over that hump.
The pressure is
And they're
on they're actually, you're right. They're very
dominant.
similar teams.
They're very similar in
with a
that way.
different little path that they got there, but they're two teams that have had years and years of no success. And then now they are suddenly having all these expectations put on them. And this will be interesting. Both of these teams do not look like the power. Like last year, I thought Detroit was going to be like, I don't think anybody's stopping Detroit last year. I was like, oh, there's nobody. And they got stopped. Bills, I was like, there's no way the Bills are not making it all the way to the show. And then they got stopped. So I don't know, man. Like the thing is, the NFL, even though teams may look unstoppable, some shit happens. It's a one game, bad play, bad bounce, tip ball off someone's helmet, and next thing you know, we're talking about the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. I really hope that's not the case. The Saints cooled off the Panthers 17-7, and probably a painful watch. Rookie quarterback Tyler Shuck with his first NFL win under Kellen Moore. Bryce Young held to 124 yards and 1 interception. Oh, the Carolina Panthers, they talk about a team that plays uninspiring football. Other than Rico Dowdle, they have no bright spot on that team right now. And that's a team with Ted McMillan and Bryce Young.
they're the most inconsistent team.
They've beaten the Packers and the Cowboys.
But they lost to the Saints.
Like, what the hell's going on?
Like I said, just inconsistency is just.
They're like the prototypical any given Sunday team.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you don't know what the fuck.
You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know which Panthers are showing up.
When you're buying that like $20 ticket, you don't know if you're gonna get like a shootout or a big win, or you're just gonna get a total shit storm of a game.
Absolutely nothing. Speaking of chaos wins, the Jets 27-20 over Cleveland despite 54 passing yards from Justin Fields. Special teams and pass rush carried the day. Will McDonald 4 sacks. My oh my. But wow, shout out to Jets fans all around the world.
The game, so when the Raiders played the Broncos and how sloppy that game was, That's how I was expecting this game to go. And
Yeah.
then
So you didn't expect the kickoff return and then the next play
And the
a
punt
return for a touchdown. Like,
well, I
holy
said neither
fuck.
team wanted to win that game, and apparently the Jets really did want to win that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they wanted to prove like the trades we made are going to pay off. Don't worry, we're a better team for it.
Oh my days, the Browns,
But-
the poor Browns. Put
the
in
Browns-
Shador. Just
Yeah, I know. Like
what the fuck are you?
At this
I
point
know.
now, what the fuck do you have to lose?
Why not?
Yeah, let the boy ride. Let's get Shador in
Like,
there.
put him in, and you know you're going to sell some more fucking jerseys. At
you'll-
this point, that's all you need.
Just I would be.
Like,
You know what? The Giants, your new head coach, meet him. He's currently coaching the Browns. That's who your new head coach will be.
Stefanski
Yeah,
to the Giants?
yeah.
No, Stefanski should go to college or
No,
he shouldn't be in the NFL.
he'll
He
end
shouldn't
up
be in the
he'll
NFL.
end up in the fact that he's been able to survive that Browns job for the amount of time he's had. He'll find something. He'll find something.
maybe he's still there because who the fuck wants to go to the Browns?
I think so. Honestly, that's a
They've
good
looked at
point.
us like, okay, we're
Nobody
going to
wants
fire him.
coach.
Now, who we calling?
Big Mike.
Yeah.
You start calling
No one's picking up.
Yeah.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all of a sudden you start calling these people. It's like, the number you dialed is not in service. And you just getting
You're
over and over.
Next thing you
blocked,
know, you're
blocked.
talking to some guy from like the middle of Nebraska who coaches high school softball, being like, "Yeah, I'll coach the Browns. Just put me in." Monday night, fellas, the Packers and Eagles played in what was a very, very boring primetime game. Jordan Love had an opportunity to win the game. The coaching staff and the play calling said, nope, that's enough of that. And they made some questionable calls, which led to a 4th and 2,
That was like 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs
That was a
fumble
bad
over. What was
low
funny was
play.
there was a play near the end where the Philadelphia Eagles could have kicked a field goal and they could have gone up 13-7. Instead, Nick Sirianni, that fucking dumbass, ran some 4 verts into the end zone, and the Packers broke that up. And then instead of needing what would have been a touchdown to win the game, and that being the only kind of possibility for them to keep alive, a field goal left them a tie on the table. And that was by far the dumbest coaching decision I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, he's made plenty of dumb coaching decisions in his life in the last 2 seasons.
It's like sometimes I feel like they get the headset, Big Dom accidentally sits on the button and he's yelling out his like Jersey Mike's order. Hey, give me one of those. Give me one of the, and then they end up in the cadence. And then Jalen Hurts just comes out there. I'm like, all right, I guess we're running 4 verts, fellas. But Jalen,
But then once again, he gets bailed out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time he makes a dumbass decision,
Oh,
he gets bailed out.
the Eagles
every
are
fucking time.
The Eagles are the team that has been blessed by the God above. Big Dom's probably out there going every Sunday to church, being like, please don't let's not screw this up here. We got a good thing going. I got nothing to say good about the Eagles. Nothing. The Packers, you guys pack your shit. You're done. Like even if you made the playoffs, nothing about the Packers screams like a team that's ready to do anything once they get there. Great defense, of course, with Micah Parsons, the guy, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, doing all sorts of things. Great guy. Good job. It's over. The Vikings didn't play last week, did they?
Yeah, they played the
They
Ravens.
played the Ravens.
Oh, that's who I missed. I missed the good old Ravens.
Yeah.
Good old J.J. McCarthy throwing fucking interception after
Yeah.
interception. I don't know what's
I
going
thought he was.
on.
I thought he was 9.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
not.
nine
didn't show
show
Did you
up.
see? Did you see what the Chicago Bears did though? When they posted their picture of like the we won kind of game, they used 2 players on there. One was wearing 99. One was wearing 9.
I didn't see that.
It was a beautiful thing.
But,
I love it when 9
like,
shows up.
He just, man, like, I don't know what's going on with him and Jefferson. He can't fucking get a ball. And I mean, Jefferson can catch fucking one. How he can reach, that guy can catch a ball. You throw it in his vicinity, that guy's going to make a catch.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to force it in the
Yeah.
double coverage and he throws his picks. That second pick, like, or then there's that, I think he was going for the touchdown. Like, he missed him by a fucking mile. Like, Justin Jefferson is a big target with a big reach, big span, and can go even further if he needs to make a catch, and you're not getting it close to him. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think even with the Vikings, they got to run the ball more. Like, they're a lot. Aaron Jones is like healthy now, and he scored a touchdown that game. They're just better if they just use the rushing game in their favor. Like McCarthy, if you're gonna, he threw the ball like 44 times. Like,
He
if
thought
you
he was back in Michigan.
Yeah, like you
That
throw that
silly
ball
boy.
that many times as a rookie against the Ravens, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's a lot to put on a rookie. So like going like 20 for 44 is not great. So use your run game. Like again, like I think Kevin O'Connell's a great coach, but sometimes he makes these stupid decisions, and he puts his team in like bad opportunities to win games.
and then with the Ravens,
And then they lose them.
And with the Ravens, so that's 3 straight wins.
They're coming back.
They got the Browns,
Yeah,
the
I know.
Jets, the
Yeah.
Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals. Then they play the Patriots, Packers, and Steelers. But I mean, they're gonna hopefully, I mean, knock on wood, but they should at least win the next 3 games leading up to the Steelers Ravens game.
Steelers Ravens game is going to be something.
It might
So I
come
mean,
down to that.
watch out for the Ravens, because
Yeah.
if they get hot and they get that confidence, they get rolling, they're gonna be tough.
It's a big like a lot of people are saying it's like a make or break for Lamar for
Yeah.
this year. Like they're saying like you
Yo.
can't go so many years with like making the playoffs or missing it because of injury. And
But I think if
Man.
he wills them back, and also Joe Burrow's practicing again, fellas, so that division might suddenly get interesting. We might see a little push for the playoffs. But if he brings them back and he makes it to the, I think the Ravens are not to be trifled with. I think they're going to be.
I think it's a mistake also to play Joe Burrow though too. Like I think he's still like he's coming off turf toe, right? So
Yeah.
that's like a broken bone under your toe there. Like that's a bad injury.
With that
Like, you gotta
offensive line,
treat-
like
You got to treat that injury with caution, and I think for them to play him,
there's nothing to play for this season. Like,
Hey, you shut
I don't
up,
think
man.
there is.
You talk to those Bengals fans that are still bleeding whatever they're bleeding orange. They're ready to
Orange, black, and
go.
orange.
They're ready, man. They're ready.
get that higher draft
He's gonna
pick.
he's gonna get hurt again if they put him out there because they said
Get that
they're-
higher
they
draft
want to
pick
put
and
him out.
fucking draft an offensive lineman.
They want to put him out.
Yeah, they
for
need
the
to. They need to
Thanksgiving
fix
game.
out. They need to fix their team, man.
They want to
need
put him out for
figure-
the Thanksgiving game.
Of course they do.
That's what they want to do, but I think that's a mistake. He's gonna get hurt again, or something's gonna aggravate his toe, and it's
Well,
It's
we'll see what happens
dangerous.
with those folks. Do you want to jump into college? What do you guys got for college? There's quite a few games there. Probably catch of the year. Ohio State back to number 1. Indiana's last second escape at Penn State. Indiana survives what we talked about. Fernando Mendoza's 2-minute drill ends with Omar Cooper Jr.'s toe tap touchdown. Oregon's won against Iowa. It was a raining game there. Oregon's schedule is just going to be nice. They got Minnesota, USC, and Washington coming up, which should be just easy. Washington slipped up. They lost to Wisconsin. So that will mark the end of the Husky season when it comes to any sort of college football relevancy. Texas Tech, my God, they took care of business against BYU. All 9 wins now that Texas Tech has have been by 20 plus. Only loss they has come without QB Baron Morton, so they're rolling along. And then you got A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss all winning. Vanderbilt staying alive after their OT win versus Auburn. Diego Pavia just out there partying with Johnny Manziel, having the best time of his life. Virginia and Louisville both lose. 5-team logjam at the top at the ACC. Multi-bid path narrowing. Going into the playoffs. So OSU and Indiana are virtual locks. Can we say that?
Absolutely.
yeah.
I don't think that's nothing else is happening there. Oregon is a top 8 track and climbing. So safe to say Oregon should be there. You got USC, Michigan on the bubble. SEC, A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Bama. I think those are locks. I don't see any of those people slipping out.
No, Missouri needed to beat A&M.
Yeah, and
didn't
Vandy's
happen.
lurking as a wild 5th there, I think, out of the SEC. Big 12, Texas Tech controls the league. Can we say
Holy
that?
Fuck, did they? I was expecting a dogfight in that game, and they just shit kicked BYU.
Yeah, and they
Dude,
killed them.
Every possible
Stop
way.
the run game.
Texas Tech does not.
Yeah.
They have not just like they did not just buy a line. They bought like some demons, man. They like beat the crap out of BYU, and it was just like that. If you guys haven't watched it, the Texas Tech coach came on with Pat McAfee for an interview. I would highly suggest everyone go watch that, because like that type of energy, I can only imagine what it's like in that locker room with that guy leading the charge. A high school coach coming in his first year, just dragging his guys through. So like, you know what, Texas Tech, They have the best line probably in football, one of the best lines in football, and like they've got NIL money well spent. Other than that, like any other things that popped out for you guys? I mean, Fernando Mendoza continues to impress. I think he's my Heisman.
That final drive was just you take away the touchdown. You go back. I think it was like 2 or 3 plays before that sideline catch to get them into the red zone was equally as impressive. I mean, it's not going to get talked about because it's not the touchdown, but that set them up. Without that catch, that touchdown doesn't happen either. So,
yeah, and I think like you look at Julian saying I don't think that he doesn't have like the 2-minute drive that Fernando Mendoza does, and that's the thing about Ohio State. I guess they don't need the drive that he had because they just dominate throughout the whole game, which might be better if you're an Ohio State fan than having these wild ends to the quarter. But he is, Fernando Mendoza is my number 1 Heisman. I got Dante Moore in there too. Clutch throw to set up the winner at Iowa. He's got some big games coming up, a big stage, so it's only going to make their record look better if he can keep pulling this off. But
it's going to be between Sayin and Mendoza.
Not a bad week for college football, but the next week is going to be something.
Texas, Georgia, night game.
That will be beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful time. You've got that going off at 4:30 Pacific time, 6:30 local time. So, or wait, is Georgia in Central time or are they Eastern?
I have no idea.
I guess
Georgia would be Eastern.
So that's 7:30. Yeah, night. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, it's gonna be good. Oklahoma versus Alabama next week too. We'll talk all about this in our preview episode. So we'll get back into all things college in the next episode. Maybe we'll have a little visit from our friend Joel Norris from Pigskin Frenzy. Haven't heard from him in a while. Shout out to Joel Norris. Back to Sunday. Back to football. At the NFL level. Who's your guys' MVP candidate so far?
Man, I gotta go with Jonathan Taylor. I think what a crazy stat.
That probably hurt you to say, and that probably upsets you.
You know what? Like, I don't know. The Colts got a hard schedule coming up. I know you mentioned that before. But like, we'll kind of see with them. I mean, I don't know with Daniel Jones. Like, he started the season hot. Now he's kind of faltering a little bit. But Jonathan Taylor's he's gonna go down as the all-time greatest Colts running back in history.
That'll be
100%.
That's an easy bet.
What's a crazy stat, though, that I noticed, actually, I saw this week was he actually has the most points in the NFL, like more than the kickers. You know how the kickers put up like a shit ton of points because they're kicking
like fantasy
field goals?
football points?
No, like points. Like actual player points.
Player points.
Like player points, like 'cause he puts up 6 points every touchdown, right?
Yes.
Or if he gets a 2-point conversion.
Well, he's got 5 3-touchdown games.
Yeah, exactly. So he's actually put up the most points out of any player, even more than the kickers. I think that alone is just got to say. And then what he's been doing, like 3 touchdowns the last like 3-4 games.
Yeah, he's an
leading
absolute,
the league in rushing. Like,
he's an absolute mutant, like an absolute just demon.
I mean, I think that team is nothing without him. Like Dan Jones has been playing great, and that defense has been playing great too, and the play calling's been pretty well done by Steichen there. But I think Taylor's the reason why they're the top dog in the NFL right now, and he's the MVP.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Matthew Stafford, man, he's getting hot at the right time. He's getting hot at the right time.
You take away
that
Matthew
too.
Stafford. They took away Nakua 1 week. They had Devontae Adams miss a few drives, and people going in and out of that system. Matthew Stafford just goes out. He didn't even. But the thing is, the whole training camp, he was in a trailer healing his back.
Yeah, he had the back injury.
He had the back injury.
That's what I was saying before, injury or not, man. Matthew Stafford is one of the toughest.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to that when he was in the Lions in that drive when he's like dislocated or separated his shoulder.
Yeah, and he stayed in
he's
there.
like running off the field, his arms dangling.
Yeah.
Call a timeout so I can go back in. Just pop my arm back in. They pop in, goes back out, throws fucking, gets it fucking done, runs off the field screaming in pain again. But
yeah, the guy's a dog, man.
Just
I could
a
see
dog.
that as MVP.
I mean, if he keeps going at the rate he's going,
Yeah,
like I said,
they're-
he's hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And now that with Adams playing the way he's playing, Puka's back.
Sorry, Detroit. Think you might have lost that trade.
Well, I
A
don't
lot of people
know.
a lot of people say it's fair, but
What would Matthew Stafford have done if they didn't have all those picks? Like, they used all those picks to shore up their offensive line. They used all those picks to get, and like, they probably wouldn't have been in the position to get Aiden Hutchinson, and they definitely wouldn't have gotten Jahmyr Gibbs, because I think one of those picks was that pick that the Rams gave. But like, it's so tough to tell, because like, look at the brand lift for Detroit. Like, even like you think about the Lions of like Matthew Stafford's era, they had even different jerseys, and nobody was buying those jerseys. But now you see the new jerseys for the Lions, and suddenly it's like one of the most popular jerseys in the NFL. Everybody wants an Jahmyr Gibbs 0 jersey.
Yeah, but I think like when the Rams won the Super Bowl against the Bengals at home there at SoFi, I think everyone was like, it was like, oh, the Rams they cashed in well. They got Stafford. They won the Super Bowl. And now the Lions have Goff, and they got to go try and get that done. And then everyone thought at that point, like, okay, this is, Stafford's getting older now. Aaron Donald's leaving. They're probably going to falter. And then the fact that the Rams are still like at 7-2 and still playing elite football, and Stafford's still slinging it like he is.
They had their years though.
If
They had a
win
couple
again-
years of. They had a couple years of not like Rams, like not leading their division. They did falter for a couple of years. They ended up falling down and like getting back up, kind of thing. Like, now they've come back, and like the year before they had Nakua. They didn't have like any.
Yeah.
Like, it took.
But
Like,
they had Cup for a bit.
yeah, like Aaron Donald retiring, and they went through their injury thing like the 49ers did now. So there is definitely times where the Rams they weren't this like in the playoffs every year. I think they missed 2 out of the last 4, maybe. So that's still, listen, the Rams still won that trade. They won a Super Bowl.
They won a Super Bowl.
You
I
can
think
trade their
that's
whole
what
team.
matters.
If you win the Super Bowl, you won the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. The conversation ends there. Now, how the Lions will determine they win this trade, I don't know.
They
Like,
gotta win
one could say is like, okay, but like, did anybody ever expect the Lions to have winning seasons, let alone expectations?
I think they got to win it.
So-
they got to win one for it to.
Well,
balance
now we're
out.
saying this, right? Like,
Now-
now
yeah.
because we're under the expectations of them winning it. Like, how many of us, when Jared Goff went to Detroit, were like, oh, this is just a throw-in piece. He'll probably get released by the end of the year, and they'll probably draft a new quarterback.
Yeah.
And what we're learning, how much of that was the play calling? How much of that was Ben Johnson? I don't think Aaron Glenn had as much to do with the Detroit Lions' success as Ben Johnson did. I think Ben Johnson had a lot more to do with it. But you also look at the pieces. Like, Detroit's got the right pieces. They've drafted really well.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, so like, they've drafted guys in the right positions. But it's still like, I think the jury's still out on whether or not they win. Like, let's say, I would say you have to almost wait until all those players are gone. Like, once Jared Goff's going to be probably the first to leave. And then you're going to see, like, when Jahmyr Gibbs retires, when Aiden Hutchinson, like, when this era of the Detroit Lions wraps up, then we'll be able to do, like, a proper postmortem and be like, okay, what was the win? Detroit's won the trade, and it comes through a monetary perspective. Like, the valuations of jersey sales, ticket sales that they had for season tickets that were like $3,000 are now $33,000. That was before the Goff trade. There was season tickets, two tickets that you could get for the season. Upper Bowl, they were $3,000. Now those same tickets are $33,000. People are paying them too. And that's not in a fucking city like LA where you got like company boxes and celebrities. And this is from like Detroit, Michigan. People are paying to like they're paying $33,000 a year to go watch the Lions. So the expectations, like you're saying, like they have to win are more higher than they've ever been. But if I'm the owner, I kind of won the trade from a monetary perspective. Like, if I think about it, like, I have one of the best marketing things ever. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, probably the most marketable athlete in the NFL. Number 2, I have Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the most marketable athletes as well. I've got the best story in Jared Goff. I have Netflix and all this other stuff. People are picking him up. My jersey sales, one of the highest. People are willfully buying jerseys. Little kids are becoming Lions fans. Mm-hmm. Like, that never was a thing. Like, nobody was becoming a Lions fan unless you hated your life, you lived in the area, or you like really liked Megatron.
Yeah, or like Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders, yeah. Like, there was you liked one player. Now people are becoming fans of the team. Like, people are tuning in every year. Yeah. So I think, like, it's so hard to say. Like, people think of it as, like, yes, win or lose. Like, a Super Bowl would define it as both teams won. The playing field would be even. Multiple Super Bowls would mean that the Lions win the trade. Yeah. But it's also, like, I think about it also from, like, an ownership perspective. Like, you sent an aging Stafford, you gained all these pieces, you have to pay all these pieces, but what'd you make? Like an extra $700-800 million that you probably wouldn't have made? That's a win.
Yeah.
All right. Like, that's a win for the city. But interesting. I mean, that's a fair. I think going back to our MVP, I think Matthew Stafford's probably my number 1. If I had to pick a number 2, I need to see a little bit more from JSN. But I think JSN could be up there. By number, I would probably say Drake May.
Drake May is up there.
Drake May is he's leading them, and he's quietly doing it. Like, he's got steady production, 19 touchdowns. Young Pats team, 8-2. That leads to me next question. Mike Vrabel's got to be coach of the year.
Between him and
Steichen.
Yeah.
Sean McVay should be.
Sean McVay should be in the conversation, but looking at the schedule, the Patriots have a more winnable schedule coming up than the Colts. So at the end of the season, plus the Patriots were 4-13 last year, and the Colts were 8-9.
Yeah, the turnaround from what the Patriots were last year to a first year. This is the first year of Mike Vrabel, and them turning this around.
Like I said, they bought into him. We were talking about when in training camp, he's putting pads on. He's getting out there. Yeah. Look at when, I can't remember the player that just went down. He goes out there, check on him. He's holding in his hand. Like, That is the guy that you want to go fight for. That's the guy you want to go into the trenches for. That's the guy you want to go to war with.
He's built for New England.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they found, like, you talk about culture fits for the Steelers when you're like, we need to find the right coach for the.
And Vrabel is that guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. Like, and like, there's certain coaches like that when, like, you're like, okay, like, this is the right guy for the job. Like, unfortunately, like, with this Nealon tragedy that happened, I can't think of a better coach than Shoddy and Dak both in that locker room, like, leading that team. So it's like, sometimes it's maybe not like the record the coach has or like the pedigree the coach has, but it's the fit. And we talked about that earlier. It's like, who's the best fit? Mike Vrabel in New England.
Vrabel, absolutely.
Yeah, he's the best fit, and I think he's up there for coach of the year. I'll do a quick little thing here. Contender or pretender? All right, I'm going to list you the team. You guys are just going to give me contender or pretender. Patriots.
Contender.
I would say they're a contender, yep.
They are locked in. They've bought into that. Mike Vrabel.
Very disciplined. Don't take a lot of penalties.
He's selling, they're buying.
And I love me a cold weather team in the playoffs because the weather can be an element. And if you're playing in a place like Boston, you're playing in a place like Buffalo, weather doesn't matter to you. You can practice outside in that weather. The Bills.
I still think they're a contender.
I'm still in the contender, but man, they got to figure their shit out.
I think I'm going to go pretender. And I'm going to be a little early to the party. You guys might join me next week. The Bills, one more dud. And I think everything falls apart. The Bills are just like, my thing with them is they're too good of a team. There's so much rah-rah about the Buffalo Bills. There's so many fans. They travel well. They do everything right. Everything's going great. And they go into the trade deadline and they don't do anything. Mm-hmm. They don't add anything, not a single piece. And yeah, people can be like, well, they have all these pieces. They add blah, 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 blah. They added Bosa. Great. Bosa's been playing unreal. But when it's an arms race. You're competing against the teams that you've never beat before, like the Chiefs. Do you think the Chiefs are just, the Chiefs didn't do anything crazy. They just happened to get Rashee Rice coming back. That is their midseason addition,
Yeah.
right? Like the Ravens, the Bills barely beat the Ravens. It was a monumental collapse by the Ravens for the Bills to beat them.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are right there. Like they've got Lamar Jackson back. And like, I don't know. I feel like they can prove me wrong. They can go into the playoffs. They can dominate. They can do their old thing. Maybe they won the Super Bowl. Who knows? But for right now, with that team that I saw play the Dolphins, they're not winning anything.
Well, what's crazy about the Bills too is like going into the season, I think they thought, all right, we're going to go in there. We're going to dominate this division. We just got to get past the Chiefs. And then we're going to the Super Bowl.
100% agree.
Right?
I 100% agree.
And now the Patriots
came out of fucking nowhere in their division. And they're
now,
like, now what?
And now they're like, fuck, they're 8-2. We're 6-3. Like, if the Bills don't host a playoff game,
They're in trouble.
they're not scary. They're not that scary.
No, not
But if they host a playoff game, they are scary. So
I think the pressure is if the Bills don't win their division, the internal pressure will kill them.
Yeah.
Because the coach is on the hot seat the moment they lose the division to the Patriots. The moment they've lost the division to the Patriots, anything less than a Super Bowl gets you fired. And you think you're going to be in the right mind, making the right decision. How are you going to motivate a guy to run through a wall for you in the freezing conditions of the cold when that guy knows you're probably out of a job in a little bit? It's really hard to motivate multimillionaires to do that for you when they're like, what's the point? You're not even going to be here in 2 weeks. Yeah. Like, why would I go run my head through another grown man's chest in minus 25 degrees Celsius weather when you're not going to be here? And I am. So I'm probably not going to do that for you right now.
Yeah. And if I was like a Bills fan or a season ticket holder, you got to be looking at this like, fuck, the Patriots had Brady for all those years and they went and got fucking, 6 Super Bowls? Like, and then the Bills are like, okay, Patriots are bad. We got Josh Allen. Now it's our time. Like, they haven't even been to a Super Bowl. They didn't even get to the dance yet. And now the Patriots are good again, and they're second right now in the division.
But they also do,
and they just lost to the fucking Miami Dolphins.
But the Bills do crazy shit all the time. And the thing is, we don't talk about it because they're not like they're a great team and they're so well represented and every city has a bar that Bills Mafia loves to attend. Fucking tired of the Bills fans that hop on the bandwagon now that think like suddenly like, oh yeah, we love it. We're the Bills fans. The Bills do stupid shit all the time. They traded away their first round pick, I'm pretty sure, or their early second round pick to the Chiefs, their arch nemesis rivals, so they could go out and take Xavier Worthy. You know who could help the Bills right now? Xavier Worthy. He could really help the Bills. Yeah. And listen, as much as I love to harp on my boy Jerry Jones, I don't think he would ever trade with the Eagles. No. He would never, ever trade with the Eagles, let alone let the Eagles move into the first round and take a player out of positional need.
Actually, didn't they trade draft picks a couple seasons ago? I think they did a draft pick swap.
Maybe.
But nothing major.
Nothing like I think it might have been like fourth for like third or whatever.
It wasn't
something
a major.
Stupid. Like, but I don't think he's ever let him enter the first round.
Oh fuck no.
No, and I think that's what I mean. Like the Bills. It's not so much that they have like a player issue. It's just like they don't have enough players. What happens if like Kincaid's out? What happens if like I don't know?
Well, they got Knox.
They got Dalton Knox.
Not bad.
Well, Coleman gets out. Whatever. But the thing is, none of their guys scare. Like none of their receivers are that crazy that you're like, oh wow, like this guy was there. That's why they probably missed Stephon Diggs.
You know what also the Bills remind me of too is a little bit of Philly. Like they're so heavy on the run game. That when it comes to the pass,
if James Cook doesn't get going, then we're all in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
James Cook or Josh Allen can't run around and make plays.
We're all doomed,
and they have to rely on somebody else. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're going to get it done.
How about my lovely Chicago Bears?
Pretenders. Look, they're on the right trajectory. I just don't think they're there yet this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with pretenders for now, but I think I could change it to contenders. I just need them to see. I need to see them go up against maybe a better, like they had the Bengals and then the Giants. Like I want them to go up against like a playoff team right now, and then see how they play. So right now, pretenders, but it looks promising.
That's what I mean. Like, I like the trajectory that they're on. I
Yeah.
just don't think they're there yet this season.
Yeah, I mean I see them as a fringe team on the out. Like they're a wild card team that's coming in. They need to hire a wide receiver coach, and their wide receiver coach needs to work consistently with their wide receivers on how to catch the football that is coming at you at a velocity that Caleb Williams is throwing the ball, because there's tons of drops. There's at least 10 drops a game where I'm like, that should have been a catch. That should have been a catch. That should have been a catch. DJ Moore, also, it's time to go. It's over. Like, it's over in Chicago. It might not be over in the NFL. They need a big boy. They need probably, if I'm the Bears.
He's probably going to be their number one.
Yeah, but they need like a big body.
point.
They need a Metcalf. They need a Xavier Legette. They need a Jonathan Mingo. Cowboys, call the Bears. Send them Jonathan Mingo. They need like a bigger vertical threat. They have the slot guy with the Dunzier. They need someone to run the vert, and then they need someone to bring home the ball. Their running backs, I love their running backs. I love the scheme. Everything else is great. Their offensive line is clicking, but you know what? That's a quick turnaround from where they were last year. Another first-year head coach and Ben Johnson doing a good job. Mike Vrabel wasn't doing that much of an excellent job that he's doing. Ben Johnson might be in there. Might be in the conversation. Chargers.
Right now, I want to say contender, but
We need Hampton back.
That's why I think just the injury is the depth, to finish out the season and then go into a playoff. Like, how worn out are your guys going to be going into the playoffs?
And we need to protect Mr. Justin Herbert from getting killed.
He gets sacked just like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pittsburgh got to him at all, but he's been sacked.
Not enough to kill him.
Yeah, not enough to make a difference.
But I think they need Hampton back at least.
They're in the same boat as the Bears. They're, like you said, they're kind of fringe. I would call them pretenders for now, but still want to see where it goes. Because, like, in that division, like, I still think the Chiefs are the top dog. You have to, even though they're third right now, the way that they've been playing, I think the Chiefs are still the team that they got to go after and chase. But the Broncos have been pretenders. So, like, I think the Chargers are more contenders than the Broncos.
Okay.
I'd agree with that.
I still don't know if the Chargers are, at that point, and like the injuries that they have going on, like, that's not great.
Who's more trustworthy? They're both 8-2. The Broncos or the Patriots?
Patriots.
I would say the Patriots.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sean Payton. These folks are disrespecting your team. Bo Nix is a thief of joy. Watching Bo Nix play football, I was like, what the flying shit is going on here? Also, Colin Cowherd, apparently, sources close to Sean Payton have said Sean Payton might explore the idea of letting Bo Nix loose and drafting another quarterback.
Okay.
That was completely wild shit to come out of, like, to drop on Friday morning after that game. But hey, Colin Cowherd
At this point of the season,
he's close to Sean Payton. Hey, that's all I'm saying. He's close to Sean Payton. He might know something. How about the Colts? Contenders or pretenders?
I'll let you go first, Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew, you take the lead on this one.
Hey, these guys are pretenders. Fuck them. I think they're pretend. Like, we went over their schedule before we got on, and we were saying, like, it might be a rough go for them.
Remember Sam Darnold last year with the Vikings?
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
That was going to be Daniel
4
Jones.
interception. You
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
gonna
going
be-
to be Daniel Jones? Like, in the playoffs?
Yeah, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The playoffs is a different animal, and I think when you're going up against, like, Baltimore, like, it's not going to be, like, the cakewalk in the regular season. You're going to go up against, like, and I could be wrong. Their mascot is the funniest fucker in the world.
Yeah.
That guy is the fucking the
brings the
demon.
energy, yeah.
Like, he is literally the I saw a video of him stealing pom-poms from their cheerleaders and then
I saw
hucking it at their heads.
Yeah.
Like, he is a demon. Like, he is playing with some demonic energy right now. But I mean, like, if their whole team brings it, I've seen crazy shit happen. It's a great story. And we're going to get Seth. We're working on getting Seth back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get a feature interview. Hopefully, honestly, I'll take your guy. We'll do a live in-person discussion panel here. After which game should we do his interview? We could pick a before or after a game. So I'll read you the Colts schedule, and you tell me. So the Colts play the Chiefs next Sunday. Not this Sunday. This week they're a bye, but like the 23rd, they play the Colts, go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. they play the Texans, divisional game. A week after that. A week after that, they play the Jaguars. And then they play the Seahawks in Seattle on December 14th. And then the 49ers, and then the Jaguars and Texans again. My personal vote is I think we get them before the Seahawks game. I think by then you will know them. If they go into Kansas City and they beat the Chiefs, they're gonna plan a parade in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
Yeah, get them in. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks game. That would be the game.
That is a pretty
because
big
they play
game.
at 125.
Yeah.
And I think that is a game we watch as a group and then call him in after and get his live take and we plug him in and we'll hear from the lovely Seth on all the great things that happened.
I'm gonna say that the Colts they're contenders, but
hey, also wait, hold on, pause. All of you fucking Steelers fans targeting my boy Seth, thinking that he wished ill on Aaron Rodgers and told the Colts
what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So you guys need to grow a pair.
Yeah.
And stop coming after my boy Seth.
No, he actually had to apologize for that.
Well, it's because all you freaking pipe steel workers blew up his DMs. The poor guy had to come out with an apology tour.
The whole NFL was like, all the NFL fandom was like, what the fuck, bro?
NFL fan of the year, you guys are bullying.
Wishing that they break Aaron Rodgers' leg. Like,
it was knees.
His knees. And he went and he said, I got to apologize. That's not what I like,
yeah.
You know what you meant.
You know what?
Enjoy the loss. Fuck.
You could tell things in Pittsburgh are not going well because they were fucking cyberbullying Seth into an apology because they're like, oh, fuck you, man. Yeah. Fuck you. That's the only quarterback we've had that's been fucking worth anything.
Pat McAfee likes the Steelers more. And I think he does.
Well.
I just think Colts on offense have so many weapons. I mean, Taylor's playing lights out right now. You got Pittman, you got Downs, you've got Pierce, you've got
they've added Sauce Gardner, and they've
tight end
Tyler Warren.
Thank you.
Tyler Warren.
Now they got Sauce Gardner. I mean, I know you don't think highly of him, but
I don't really think. Yeah,
the biggest key I think to the Colts, and they live and die on this, is their offensive line. And I think we talked about this in my interview with Seth. We talked about what it would mean to have a quarterback that can sit in the pocket, make decisions quickly, read the NFL defense behind that offensive line. They're doing a fantastic job. Now, I would love to see them go up against teams that have good pass rushers, such as the Steelers, when they come and attack them. So, you know what? The Chiefs, that's going to be a big game for them. I feel like that's going to be a game where they have to. But the Texans, man, those are they have not faced the Texans yet.
Yeah.
And they have not faced the Jaguars.
That's the thing. They don't do good against their own division.
But that is...
huge
This
games.
is not a lock.
Yeah.
This is why this division is not a lock. Anything can happen. They have not played the Texans and they have not played the Jaguars yet. That is huge. So schedule makers, whoever did that, man, shout out to you, because that's going to be must-watch television for the rest of the season.
You know what the thing is, what I was going to say, because you mentioned the offensive line for the Colts and Taylor. It reminds me of and you guys remember this, when DeMarco Murray played on the Cowboys and they had that stellar offensive line with Tyron Smith.
Or even when Zeke's first year.
Or even Zeke's first year.
Zeke had the pleasure Zeke went from the great offensive line he had at Ohio State, and he's like, well, I'm sure going to miss those folk. And then he looked and he's like, wow, they're even better.
Yeah. So I think that
those were the days.
Those are some big boys in Dallas back then.
Those were the beautiful days.
But I think that's going to be the key to stopping the Colts. If you can just win in the trenches and get to Daniel Jones and get to Jonathan Taylor behind the line of scrimmage, you'll beat the Colts. Their defense is good, but I think if you can beat their offense, then you could beat them. And that's why I think, I don't know, pretenders for now, just because I want to see the game against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a big game for them. Is it in Indy or
no? It's in Kansas City.
Yeah, see, so that's going to be
something, man. That's going to be something. All right, fellas, we'll be back for a formal episode on the preview, but next week, probably game of the week, Seahawks at Rams.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be must-watch television. You got the Bills versus the Bucks.
That's a desperation game. I mean, both teams, not desperation. It's it's not going to
I don't think it's
kill them if either team
but
loses,
I think that's a pulse check for both teams.
For both teams.
Yeah, I think they got to come back in and get their thing done here and like figure out what they can do. And we talked about the Ravens. The Ravens are, every game is a must win.
But their next 3 games are absolutely winnable.
Yep. And the Steelers are playing a divisional game, 10 a.m.
Yeah, we got the Bengals.
You got the Bengals bright and early in the morning.
See how that goes.
Ravens play the Browns, by the way, so another divisional game. Cowboys playing the Raiders on Monday night. Should be a great time. Wish I was in Vegas. Lots of Cowboys fans will be. I'm excited to see how blue the stadium is going to be.
Yeah,
I think
all those games.
90% of that stadium, I think, is going to be blue. I just have a hunch that it's going to be all. And I feel like the Cowboys are going to find a way to lose. Just watch. They're going to fuck it up. Watch. They're going to be like, we're going to give up 400 yards to Ashton Genty on the ground and then find a way to throw an interception in the final drive. And next thing you know, that's
or
what
make
happens.
Geno Smith look like Matt Stafford.
No.
Yeah.
G is
Look
practicing.
like Russ Wilson.
G is practicing positive affirmations. Quinton Williams is going to go in there and he is going to have a great time. And we are going to destroy Geno Smith and what's left of his leg. That is what's going to happen. There you go. Positive affirmations, fellas. Anything else to add, fellas? Week 10?
I think that's it.
I mean, we covered everything.
All right, guys. Well, the boys are locked in. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. Week 11. We'll be back with another episode previewing all of Week 11, Week 12 college football. We have some exciting interview guests coming up too. So we got some people that we've lined up for some interviews. We'll be dropping those. If you haven't followed us, Red Zone Blitz Pod, X, Instagram, TikTok. We'll be coming back with some more content on there. If you have any questions, inquiries, want to get in touch with us, want to sponsor a segment, want to send us a care package. Brandon loves a care package.
Love me a good care package.
All right? We are looking at you, Manscaped. We're looking at you. Not to say Brandon's hairy, but okay. That was he has lots of hair. He has lots of hair.
No
He-
You want the man's.
Hey,
You got it.
Hey,
you got a
hey,
big beard.
everybody's got lots of hair. We're a hairy
I
group.
don't have hair at all.
Okay, maybe Brandon doesn't have hair, but until next time, he's checking his hair right now.
Fucking have any,
He's
man.
analyzing his hair. I think I'm in his head. Until next time, this is the Red Zone Blitz podcast, the Hairy Red Zone Blitz podcast. But yeah, we'll be back next time. Make sure you guys be safe and stay dry out there. This is your host G,
Brandon.
And Matt.
and we're out.
Later.
Peace.